Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. No matter where you're joining from, I've been looking at the chat, and thank you so much for being responsive here. And I see Nikki's also moving off because he has other call to take. But yeah, thank you so much, and welcome to the first community call in 2023, where this time we'll be diving into the latest feature of ToolJet Video. So, your husband's. I just quickly mute everyone. All right. So, excuse me. So this time in this community call, we'll be diving deep into the latest feature of ToolJet version 2, which was released on January 10th. And we're just a couple of weeks. And this is the first call after the video launch as well. So specifically into the ToolJet databases, there are a couple more plans for moving ahead onto extending the features of ToolJet database. But for now, with what we are live with, we're going to jump into it and explore different parts of it. First, looking at how you can use it, accessing it, and creating your own database, and then doing a simple demo that lets you understand how you can start using the database into your application, so that you would be not ideally needing another database anymore. But yes, we will be working towards that. But yes, let's begin right straight into the demo. We do not have any slides this time because it's more fully about databases. So I'll just jump in by sharing the screen. All right. So as you can see, this is the new revamped dashboard of ToolJet. So this is the freshly built for the version 2, and then you see a lot of changes also coming in the enhancements of the UI and using it as you move on, right? So for now, let's actually look at where you can start accessing the databases from. So the first and the foremost, as you log in, this is the home screen or the dashboard that you see. So you will be able to access the databases right from here. So the one what you see here in the left side bar is the second option, which looks like a table. So that's the databases where you can start using from. You can click on that, and then you have the databases created right here. I just created a couple of minutes ago. But then how you can create, you can just directly click on create table. So the moment you get into the database part of the application, you should be able to create tables. So excuse me. So yeah, as you click on add table, you should be able to title the table name. Like I said, you can use products or customers or employees. So then you have different types to it. Sorry, the columns that you can add is the default one is always ID, and then you can add multiple columns to it. You can have full name, and then it could be varchar, int, float, boolean, a lot of it. But full name goes for the varchar, and then you have probably email address. It should be varchar, and then maybe we're just going for a fake data here, but you can just go for anything, age, and then you go for gender. This can be again a varchar. So sorry, age can be int. So yeah, this is pretty good enough to start showing you how you can start creating a table in the ToolJet database. So once you're ready with the schema, as you put it on the name type and the default, if you want to have anything in it, as you just add it on, you can click on the create. So as you do that, you should be able to see the third table, which is newly built right now. So that is the employees table here. Right. So currently this is empty, and you can also extend the columns by clicking on add a new column here. So where you can set the column name again, new data type, and then the default value if needed, and you can create it again. So right from here, the way how you can add a row to the create a table is by clicking on add new row here. Once you do that, you should be able to fill up some data here. I'm doing some trying to add some dummy data here. So you can just say Bill. I don't know who is Bill at something. 32, and gender, you can have it male. So as you create, you should be able to see the row adding up here. So this is a complete no code database inside a low code tool, right? So now you would be able to have your own databases stored here and start using it inside your applications. So let me create one more one more data point. So you can click on add new row. The full name could be banner, banner at bill.com, can be 32 and mail again. Okay. So as you click on create, now we should be able to see two people in our employee list, right? You can add multiple more details, but just for the some purpose of demonstrating, so I'm just going with the to an easy schema as well. So yeah, you're now having a three tables here. The one which you have built is employees. As you go back to the dashboard where you have the all of your apps, so you can create new by just clicking on the new app. And then once you are inside the app builder, as you are now here, the way how you can access the created database is by actually popping up the query panel here. If you couldn't find this, it should be probably here. So as you extend this, you should be able to see a new item added, which was previously not here. So as you click on ToolJet Database, you should be able to click on, you can able to select the table name from the drop down. Previously, there were two other tables, customers and products, and now what we have created is an employees. So, and then you can click on the list rows as an operation, and then you can click on preview to see the data, how is it coming from. So yeah, there you go. You have five keys, we have two objects here, which are the two records that you have given previously. One is the bill, another is the banner. And then, yeah, this is how you would be fetching the data from the created database previously. And then if you want to explore other tables, I had another table which was customers before. You can preview it again and then see there are other records that is getting from the different table of the database, right? There you go. But we shall stick with the customers one because we have multiple data points or the number of rows or more. And then once you have that, you can actually, so this is how you quickly created a query that is listing all the records from the database. You can rename it saying that list customers, right? So you can create it for now. And then you can populate it to a table component. This is the table component that you have here. Drag and drop it to the screen or the app builder. So once you have it, you can just set the adjustments, and then the way how you do it, you can quickly preview this to confirm the data is coming. Yes, you can see the data is coming up right here. And then you click on the component and change the source or the table data, excuse me, table data to the query that you just created. So you can access by queries.listcustomers.data. Okay, so once you have that, you can also click it on run this query on page load and save it again. You can make a quick refresh if you couldn't find the data populating on the table. But once you make a quick refresh, you should be able to see the data coming on the table right away. So there you go. You see the data. This is actually coming from the ToolJet database, the table name called customers. And once you have it here, you should be able to use it right from here. Right. Okay. So there are a couple of other operations that you can also do with the query panel, where you can also create new rows and update rows and delete all of this. So then I would quickly walk you through how it has been described and how you can take help of the documentation to explore more of these features, right? So this is the documentation version 2 docs again. You would be able to access the later version, previous versions from this dropdown, the version 1. And then how do you go to the database? You can quickly say Command K or Control K and search for ToolJet, or you can just say database. So ToolJet database is here, and then now you should be able to explore different things, what we have been looking so far. So yeah, you could be able to go through all of this. There are some steps that you can follow to set this up locally from the repository, which is available in GitHub right now. So yeah, you have the couple of features here, as you said, edit, search, filter, and all of that you can just explore. But yeah, accessing ToolJet database, as it was mentioned, you can straight away get it from the ToolJet section in the home page or the dashboard, the database editor, and you can, yep. So I'm just giving you a walkthrough of how you can explore the documentation. So and there is a filter way where you can able to have some operations to perform on equals or get greater than on a certain values of the table records. Yes, and sorting a new row and deleting, how you do that, all of this, I would encourage you to explore this and also try it out on your own. But then let's see how you can actually make an API call and then get the data and then store it in a ToolJet database, right? So let's go ahead and actually create a database. So let's suppose we go for into the tables, and then now let's create a table. Let's call it, we already have products, but then I can delete this. So you can just quickly delete right from there. You can create a new table saying products, and then it could have, what do you think we could have it to it by just, we can get it from the API response. So the API response, what we'll be trying to fetch and save it into our table is a fake store API. So you can say fake store api.com/products. This is the endpoint. So once you search, once you try to fetch this, you should be able to get a JSON which has the data of the tables, sorry, data of the products. Let me try one more time. Yeah, there you go. Okay, fakestoreapi.com/products. So as you can see, there are a couple of objects, insider objects, and all of these are products. So once you're able to fetch this, and the thing what we're trying to do here, we're trying to fetch this data into our application and then save a few of these items to our table. Okay, so you can just copy this up and then go back to your application. And if you can see the fields that we are interested in, we can take a title and price, title, price, description, and category if needed. So we'll look for title, price, and description for now. So just go ahead, and this product table, we're going to have 3 columns. One is title, and it's going to be varchar. There's going to be price, and then the other thing is going to be description. Okay, once you hit on create, you should be able to see the table, which is currently empty. And now let's go back, and you can go to the same application, or even you can create a new app if needed. So to give you a fresh look, I'm getting into a new app here. So let's go ahead and get this data into the ToolJet app. How do you do it? Again, get into the query panel, you see a REST API option here. Click on that, and you make a GET request to this endpoint. Once you have that here, you can click on preview to check the data. There you go. We are getting the data to the application. And once you have it, you can maybe rename it to get products. Right. You can just quickly create that. Okay. So you have this data here, and let me populate that to a table. So how do you do that? You can drag and drop a new table here. And once you have it, you can change the source. Queries.getProducts.data. You can run this on the application load and save it again. Give it a minute so that it fetches the data and puts in to the table. Oh, I made a typo here. Yes, that's data. There you go. So now you have got the data from the API, which is all of these products into this table. You have populated it successfully. And then once you have that, now my whole attempt is to take this product, and I have to choose, it's my choice to choose a product, and then add it to my database and save it, right? So how do I do this? I can have another, I can actually remove a few other things which is not needed here. I can remove the category, and I do not need an ID. So yeah, it looks better now. And I can change the image type to image actually, so that you can also see the preview of the image. So this is not a column type, it's not string. You can change the column type to image. Now you can see the image directly there, right? So this is a fully detailed way of looking at the API. So now you have the a title and the price and the description and the image of it. Now I wanted to add another button to it so that, to click and just add a button, so that on click of that button, I wanted to add it to my database. So I would say save to DB. I would just have it like a button here, and then just save it. So now I hope you would be able to understand what I'm trying to do here. So we have the data coming from an API, an external API, and then trying to see it in table form. And we added a button to it. On click of this button, I wanted to save this data to the database that we have created, which is the table, right? So once you click on this, the intention is to take the title and the price, and also what we call the description, to add to the table. Yes, there is one change. I see the price, there is decimals here. So let's quickly get back on ToolJet and change the type, because it was integer, what I remember the last time changing it. So we can get to the products. Okay, you can delete this and add a new column, which is price. You can put it a float, but then, yeah, let's keep it varchar and see if that works. Yes, there you go. So let's get back to the app, and now you have this functionality to build, so that it actually takes the product title, price, and description, and adds it to the table, which is this. You can see the products table is currently empty. And now let's go ahead and now create a query that helps us to save the items to our table. Click on add, and then you would be able to see data source ToolJet database, and you can click on that, and then you would be able to see to what database to what table you want to perform the actions on. We're going to go for products, and then the operation that we wanted to do is to create a row on it. So the row creation happens onto the columns of the title, and then we also want to do for the price, and then we also want to do the description, right? So the key of, the value of this specific key will be going to be dynamic here. So on click of this save to DB button, we wanted to take the title, price, and the description, and populate respectively here and save it to the DB. So how do you do that? You can use the component actions here. So you can just say components dot table one dot selected row, and then the title. There you go. So men's casual premium slim fit t-shirt is what's selected currently. If you change it to if you click on this, you should be able to see the data change to a woman's silver, a bracelet, right? So similarly, let's populate for the price. So you can say components dot table one dot selected row, and then the price. There you go. And let's go for the same. Oh, I think I missed it. Selected row dot price dot description. I'm not sure why is it moving off, but let me quickly save it and try it again. Same to the description dot description. There you go. Yeah, we have the keys and those values attached dynamically from here by accessing from the table component here. So once you have that, so the thing is, now on click of this button, we wanted to perform this action. So how do you do it? Let me first quickly rename this to save to DB. So you can save that here. And now I wanted to do this action on the save to DB button click, right? So how do I set that? You can just go to table properties here. I can quickly turn on an option here to actually highlight the selected row, so that it helps us to see what row is actually selected currently. And now you can go and add action to this button. By clicking on that, you can just go and add an event. So on click, we wanted to do a run query. So, and the query is Oh, ToolJet DB1. I don't think it got changed. Okay. So there you go. So now on click of this, it should actually take the product and then add it to our DB. So let's try it out. So I click twice. Maybe let's check our DB here by refreshing it. Products. There you go. So it got added twice, but then yeah. So this is how you can get the data and perform actions. So you can just try to add one more item. So it's products. Okay, there you go. It got added to your DB from an external source. We are trying to save it to our application database right from the application, right? So we used it, not many tools here. We just used the basic functionality that the ToolJet DB offers right now. So there's only limited operations for now. It's a list rows, create, update, and delete. You can try the update and delete as well. But then yes, so there is a lot more coming ahead on improvising the ToolJet database and its functionality, and it's also a plan to have enable SQL to write SQL queries to execute and process the data for you as well. Yeah, that's going on. But yeah, this is so far what we thought to present on showing you how you can start using ToolJet database with tables and then use it for you building your applications, right? Yeah. So we just have been gone through the overview on how you can start creating a table manually and then start fetching the data from it, and then also displaying here, and then you storing data to it from an external API. So this is so far the agenda of our call today, and then we'll look for any questions to address, and we have Akshay in the panel. So for any other questions, you can also drop it in the chat. We would like to address, or if there is a no questions, we are fully open for a very random discussion and for open mic. Yes.
So Teja, I have one question.
Yes.
If I'm audible?
Yes, yes. You are audible, Nishchit, right? Yes. Yes, Nishchit. I can hear you. You may go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so you have shown the action button, right? So sometimes we need multiple action buttons in the last row, last column, I would say. So is it possible to add a multiple action button? One is for edit, one is for delete, or maybe something other purpose?
Yes, it is very much possible. So the way how you do it is very straightforward, the way how we have done. So if you look at this, right, the way how we added this button here, if you just go here and you see the action button, you still have an option to add more buttons. So click on add button, and then there is another button. So you can edit this. You can say update, or you can just say remove, or it's up to you. You can just have anything, and you can also add events to that handler.
Okay, thanks. I wouldn't notice that. Thank you.
Yeah, this is clear. Yeah. All right. We are curious. We are really also a little number of count. So sorry, very less number of people here on the call as well. So it's open. You can openly ask about any of the uh, questions on the tooljet, or if you'd like to share some feedback, we are always open.
Okay, thank you very much, Teja.
Hey, thank you, Nishit. Yes. Okay, so I've got a question in their DM. So perhaps a tutorial on how to integrate auth authorization. I'm not sure if we currently have it, but I would like to know from Akshay if we do support and have a documentation on a tutorial on how to integrate OAuth authorization. Any thoughts on that, actually?
I might need to check on the logs, but it is possible to have it like we have the REST API, and the REST API data source kind of supports it. So you can have it configured for your app using it. Let me just quickly check if we have it documented or not.
Sure. Yeah, I think that will be helpful. But yes, if you have further more questions, or if you would like to learn more about how you can build apps with ToolJet, you can head over to docs.tooljet.com or blog.tooljet.com. There's a couple of tutorials that you can pick and start from, and then it's also a place that you can start moving on, where you can jump into our Slack, tooljet.com/Slack. So you can just rightly jump in and then start asking for anything, right? So yeah, we have also have this authorization supported in for the tutorials. So I hope you'll be able to find it. Awesome. We'll wait for 1 more minute and then we'll wind it off. All right, great. Thank you so much for each and every single one of you for joining us today. And as you know, we will be keep doing it on every month. So on every month, last Wednesday, we'll be having our community call at this time for sure. So, but yeah, most probably it's the last Wednesday of the month. And then we would like to see you one more time. Come join us, but we'll be letting you know what would be the topic for the next month. It would be probably another new feature. I'm sorry. It would probably another new feature of the ToolJet V2. So you would be, starting to learn different things as you come join us in the community calls. But then we would also like to take this opportunity to learn from you in terms of feedbacks or improvements or any questions that you have. We are always open to be here and address them. So we want to make it as a two-way channel. Not just we giving out the content on information as an education for you, but then it's also for us an opportunity to take things from you in terms of learnings, feedback, and improvements, whatever you can offer, right? So once again, thank you so much for joining us today. And then we'll be keep having this move on. And then we will have this video out in YouTube in the ToolJet channel. Once it's updated, we'll be anyhow sending it to your email address as a reminder if you would like to watch or share. All right. Thank you so much. We'll see you one more time. Sorry, we'll see you another time.